Hello everybody and welcome back. We are working on a starter build. Little starter city here. We have tons of residential demand, which is actually pretty exciting, but we do have some area that we can actually put this down. So let's keep putting this down because this should be growing in fast. And as this grows in, right, we'll be able to get a lot more money. We have garbage down, we have health down, we don't need education down, so we're going to save some money by avoiding that for a little bit. It looks like this probably won't end up being the main downtown area. I think we probably still could come in with some commercial this direction. It kind of depends on, like, do we want to do, like, some sort of connection way here? I don't know. We don't really want this to be, like, a main road. I'm not sure. Or maybe, actually, this peels off. Well, that doesn't make any sense, because if they're coming up this way, that means they came from this way. Yeah, that doesn't even make any sense. But I think having a road maybe from, like, here to here. Ooh, that's actually... There's like some geometric precedence for this, I think. I think something like that would actually kind of make some sense. It would mean a lot more people sort of cutting across, because that's going to be faster than going up this way and then turning right. No one would actually go this way and then use that. No one would use that road. Which is kind of not the intention of that design. I'm just trying to think if we can fill this space, right? That's something that we've talked about before is how do you fill the space? Kind of just freestyling that, getting a little bit of an area that we could put a little bit more commercial in this section, a little pocket of commercial or something in there. So it looks like that's something that we have demand for at the moment. I think for the most part, yeah, let's just zone this in here. I think we said that we wanted this to go up and over. And then if we did that, we'd probably just need to make sure that we had another connection for the industrial to sort of like go back and sort of tie back in. In fact, actually, the industrial probably would just curve. They'd probably just sort of do something like this and then swing around into there or something. Maybe even swing around up here. Maybe this would kind of go around and swing into there. Actually, that could work. That could work. Let's get this into a big... I don't think we want... We can have this be... yeah, it's totally fine having this be a two-way road. Not a problem there. If we're kind of mimicking this design, we'd go out to that point, which would be just 2 units off from this road, just 2 units over. Find road tools to be able to get that to be elevated so it's nice and smooth. But the question is, can we actually get a road snuck under here? Maybe if we lower, maybe if we go low. And I think we could, of course, just start going down, like digging down. But I think what I want to do is I actually want to use move it once it's been built. So I'm going to build it with anarchy, and then I'm going to use move it to sort of fix this. At this point, we might just end up hooking this back. Grab that, hook it back all the way around. Invalid shape. Even with anarchy, it's not liking this, huh? Oh. Interesting. I guess that endpoint is a little bit crazy there. And that doesn't look that crazy to me. I guess the game knows best. I think we're just gonna use move it to fix this, right? Move it to fix it. Scoot these guys a little bit. Gonna bring that back in. I don't see any issues in this design whatsoever, but the game was kind of freaking out a little bit. Of course, you know, using Alt with move it kind of lets all this kind of like bend in a way that I think is kind of smart. Although that time we just, you know, I'm gonna back this up actually because it looked really good the way it was before. Yeah, this looks good. Now all we need to do is make sure that this is low enough that it's believable. That's a little bit of a back, right? That's a little bit of a back swivel though for those vehicles. That looks fine right there. This right here though, I'm a little bit worried about that right turn off. But they'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. I think traffic manager, of course, would make this a lot more functional. And we'll have other ways into the town, right? This isn't going to be the only way into town. So we'll be able to fix any potential traffic issues there in the future. Just giving ourselves, you know, something to work on in the future. Because that area does look like there's too many intersections and connections and stuff. Even if they are all one way, there are too many there, and it is going to cause some issues. Okay. We're getting a little bit closer to the beach kind of area, this downslope area. So I'm not sold on this, to be honest. This doesn't look smooth enough. I think we want a little bit more space. I think it's going to be okay if we don't ride that coastal line exactly, but instead, see, we're on the freestyle tool. Maybe that's what. That I think is going to be perfect. That looked like it lined up just right. We got something going on here, right? We got something going on. You know, maybe instead of having a 4-way intersection there, maybe we do something like that. Create 2 3-way intersections, but the 4-way intersection's like off the main bit. That might make sense. I don't know if we want this to come in that sense. Maybe it kind of goes like that. Is that a 90? Was that a 90? It actually was a 90 with this road. It's kind of interesting. Doesn't look like it would be, but I don't know if I like that compared to maybe, you know, just going in straight. But then again, I'm wondering, are we making sure that people are going to be taking the main road, right? That's the intention of this, is that people are going to be taking the main road. Not the, these are actually 8. If we put those out here, that'd actually be pretty decent. Now that we have this open over and that swivel right there, we do need to create little areas within this section to fill the space a little bit more. What kind of road could we use? Do we have the industrial? We don't. We could just make it a 2-way. I mean, this is kind of griddish, but to be honest, I mean, it's gonna... Oh, tiny town. There we go. 1,000 people. We're making some big money. This is good. Of course, we're gonna be losing a little bit of... We forgot to raise taxes, guys. Whoops, wrong zone type. This doesn't look amazing, but it's going to fill the space, right? It's going to fill the space. It's a dead end. There's not going to be that much industry on that dead end. I think we'll be able to swing it. We do definitely want to make sure that this is all connected here, though. The question is, what's the distance here? Do we try to make those, like, similar? 12, 12? Okay, we've done it. So now it's kind of like an echoing kind of... it's not even... I mean, do we want to make it symmetrical instead? By doing this? No, I don't think so, because I think we're spacing out the intersections more by doing it this way. I think that's going to be better. I think that's going to be smarter. This isn't quite as clean though, for whatever reason. Wonder why that is. That's 10 units. That's 10 units. Wonder why the zoning here is a little bit goofed up. 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90. Seems like it should be fine. Seems like it should be fine, but for whatever reason the zoning's not as clean here. That's okay. We'll be fine. I think we ended up probably doing commercial on both sides with, whoops, with the residential coming down here though. Some of this is a little tight. I think we'll wait on that. We could do like services or a park or something in there. I think we'll wait on trying to like force anything in there. We do need to get police going, right? So we are going to start having some crime issues. So let's get the police down there, kind of in the commercial area in the main sort of central part of town. And then let's get the fire going. And we are on a European map. This is to note, and now of course these are available, right, in the sort of the core vanilla game now. Or just ever since they were added, right? So that's not necessarily a big problem. But just to note that like the buildings that we put down are going to be the European assets. There is a way, right, in the settings, there's a way to activate both the international and the European at the same time. So you can do that if you'd like. But for now, we're just going to be doing this as if you're just sort of loaded up this map, right? You just downloaded the map, you loaded the save file, you don't have any extra mods going, and there you go. You know, so there are going to be a couple trees, though, I believe, that this map uses. Yeah, it's just a couple different fancy trees that it has on its map, sort of occupying, so otherwise the place is going to look kind of barren. But for the most part, yeah. This should be pretty much just click and play, click and play. Yeah, these roads are very bright. With this map theme and this LUT, the roads are very, very bright. Potentially awkwardly bright. What's going on with our power? We're already up to 150%. Okay, let's get another power plant. Seven. I mean, if we started putting them out here, we'd get more, but I think we'll be okay. Oh, when we hit Tiny Town, it kicked us down to speed 1. Things are filling in, though, guys. Things are filling in here. Got more area to do industry. I don't think this is going to grow because I think it's trying to grow off of here. So what we'd need to do, right, is we'd need to clip that with... oh, we got parks. Nice. We have parks. Let's go in here and do what we've been doing as of late. And just kind of like pinching that zoning off. Also kind of makes this area just look a little bit more kind of industrial too, just having those wide sort of a lot more concrete and things. That's good, I think. That's good. Fix that little bit of zoning just by using the upgrade tool. So that looks a little bit cleaner. Where else did we want to kind of clip some zoning? I know there were some other places we wanted to do that. But everything's looking pretty decent. It's looking pretty decent. Need a lot more commercial, it's saying. Okay, we can just go in right there. Fill in over here too. That's going to boost the residential demand a good chunk. Which at this point, we're going to have to now start thinking about expanding out this way. We could just keep going wide. Like keep going on these angles. What would happen if we pretend like that continued? What's the distance there? It's only a 9-unit distance. Wow, we kept that kind of skinny. Kept that kind of skinny. So that's when we have to kind of like, we bring these over first. Yeah, that's what we should do. We bring these over first. And then when we slam this into there, it's just going to kind of magically give us what we need. And then we can trim the sides if need be. Okay. I don't know if we're going to want to try to... Maybe dirt road? Actually, dirt road could be a nice contrast here, guys. Dirt road could be a nice contrast. I'm going to get this really close, so it's going to feel like it's like a little service road right along the freeway. It looks like the angle of the freeway is slightly bent, and I don't want to highlight that too much. But I think, unfortunately, that's kind of what we're doing here. But that little dirt road right there could be kind of cool. This is looking... What's going on here? It's not connected properly. I think that's because we didn't have that tool on. Right? So there we go. Good. So that's a little bit of a dirt road there, which I think at this point we'll just probably start freestyling. Actually, how far does this... This actually goes... Wow, we got a lot of room over here. We've been building very condensed, and we haven't even built on the other side yet. Yeah, we're out of power. People are complaining. We are 300 people, 250 people away from getting those. Yikes! Where do we put this? I guess we could start loading it up down here. There's room down here to put them too. Plenty of places to put those. But I think honestly, guys, I don't know if we want to zone off of the off of that service road or not, or just put parks and trees or something back there. But I think that at least will add kind of a nice little visual liner in that section. Let's just make sure this is all zoned up, as we're getting a lot of demand for the residential. Again, services or parks over there probably. Right here, this is also looking a little touchy, so we'll bop them. And we're also going to be, it looks like we're going to be getting some power issues. Or water issues, I mean, as we haven't put piping back there, I guess. But I think, guys, that is actually going to be a really meaty second episode. So thank you so much, everybody. Where are we at, actually? We're at 2,000 per week. We're at 2,000 population, guys. Thank you so much for watching another episode. Oh, there we go. Boomtown. There it is. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching another episode in this sort of starter build series. I will see you guys in the next one.